Hey Student Success, welcome to week 5. This is your week 5 assignment video part 1. I'm going to break these up into 2 videos this week just so that one isn't too terribly long for you. So week 5, you can see that we are based in chapter 12. So there is the lecture video that covers the chapter. This is going to focus on career services and kind of like career planning. And so if we look at the snapshot, you have 2 assignments that are going to be due Wednesday. The reason for that is because you have your discussion post like normal, but in order to respond and like post your original response, you have to complete this assignment first because you're going to use what you did in this assignment to inform how you respond to your discussion board. So both of these will be due by Wednesday, and then this one, as normal, will count as your attendance, and then respond to 2 classmates by Sunday. And then my other video will cover these 2 assignments. So this video right now is just going to focus here, although keep in mind you still have to complete these 2 by Sunday as well. So let's go ahead and get jumped in here. So in the materials folder, there's a bunch of links and folders with links to it, and it can be a little overwhelming, I'll give you that. So if you want to explore those, feel free to do so. However, my video is going to kind of cover where you need to go and what you need to do as well. But I don't want to discount the fact that there are a lot of good links and resources here to things that are connected to career services, career planning, and things of that nature. All right, so let me go ahead and get into the assignments. So this is where the Exploring Educational, these first 2 things that are due on Wednesday, they are found in this folder. You can see the other 2 are just on their own right underneath it. So if I open up this folder, I'm going to see the first assignment I have to complete. And it is going to talk to me, so I'm going to have to like go through it pretty quick so it doesn't interrupt. You're going to hit play. And then I encourage you.
We are fine.
There we go. I encourage you to like listen to those slides, but I wanted to get through it so I can get to the meat of the assignment. So what you're going to see here is something called Academic Degree Choice 1. When you fill this out, you're also going to get Choice 2. So you're going to do this twice. So I want to make sure that you know kind of how to approach this. There's a couple ways. First, if you are a CCP or maybe you're just undecided, you can use this as an opportunity to look at 2 different careers and like, hey, this is what I think I want to do, but I might also want to do, this. So you can use that as your Choice 1 and Choice 2. If maybe you have a career decision, but you're thinking of changing your major, you can use Choice 1 as what you're currently declared, and then Choice 2 is maybe what you're thinking of going into. Or if you're completely set, like you know what you want to do, your major would be Choice 1, and then Choice 2 can just be like a fun choice, something you're curious about, but you're not really considering going into. So you have 2 kind of sections of information, and here's where we're going to find this information. So we're going to start with this top section right here. So the degree information, to find this, I'm going to direct you to the home page under academics, and you're going to see career communities. And hopefully you should see where your general field would fall under. These are kind of like umbrellas. Education, so inside of it might be like early education. You have health, which has a whole ton of, subcategories, human and services, social services, and so on. I'm just going to pick education for now, but you can pick any one of them depending on what your degree is. No matter which one you choose, when you click in, they're all going to be set up fairly similar. They're all going to have like a really basic overview, contact information, related careers, and then at the very bottom are the degree payments. And you can see we have education, early, ASL, and then certificates. So let's say I'm going into early education. So I'm going to click on that. Once I get in here, this is specific to early education. And so I will take a look through here. Again, I can get the information. For this assignment, though, I'm going to click on courses, and I'm going to click on full-time. Part-time is fine as well. They have the same information. They just have different like suggestions on the order in which to take classes. And I want to show you real quickly, if I were to go into business, this is all going to look the same. So if I click here and I go down, there's all my degrees. I get in here, I click on courses. So it all is going to look the same. So I'm just going to use this since I'm right here. I'm going to click on that PDF. It's going to open up. And here is my program plan. This is all the courses I have to take, including maybe possible electives and a suggested order in which to take them. So if I look back here, I'm going to keep this up, or if you wanted to print it out, you can if you don't want to keep going back and forth. I need to know my division. So the division information is right here, and you're either going to have the Business Engineering and Information Technology Division, the Arts and Sciences Division, or the Health and Public Services Division. So that's the only 3 that are at the college. So whatever one is listed right there, that's what you will plug in right here. Underneath degree, you are going to put the degree right here, Associate of Applied Business or Associate of Applied Science or whatever your degree is, that's where you find it. Then it's going to ask for your major, which is what is in bold right here. So that's what you'll put, that's what you'll put right here is the major. And then finally, the program requirements. I do not want you to type in all of this information. That is too much. All you need to plug in is maybe how many credit hours is your program plan, so 64 to 65, and then do you have any particular things that are required of you? So for instance, you might want to look at these little footnotes. Sometimes they're down here as well, and see, is there a licensure exam? Is there a GPA requirement? Anything like that. And that's what you're going to plug in right here, the program requirements. Please do not think you have to type out every single little thing, but that's what you'll plug in there. So all the information for this top box is found on that PDF right here. Okay, then underneath it, you're going to go to Career Coach. So I'm going to go back to the home page. I'm just going to scroll down, and I can get to it from anywhere on the home page. I'm going to click on Career Coach. We're going to use this in future assignments as well, but we're going to get a little sneak peek right now. I'm going to go in the upper right-hand corner and hit search, and I'm just going to go with my original education and hit search. And then I'm going to get a list of possible matches that have to do with education, ideally once the internet here on campus starts to work. And I will look through and see which ones fit what I'm looking for. You have to love when technology wants to do its own thing. So while that's kind of thinking about loading, remember that whenever you have to do choice 1, whatever you do up here, you have to do for choice 2 as well. So you'll do all of that for your second choice. Okay, so let's see. There we go. Sorry, I was about to have to cut the recording there. So I'm going to go and look through and see what kind of lines up. I don't know, maybe I want to be a kindergarten teacher. So I'm going to click on this one, but you'll find, that's administrator, but you'll find whatever one kind of fits best. And some of them are better matches than others because you can see it starts going into like psychology. So let's just say I would like to do, I don't necessarily want to be an administrator, but we'll just say that's the match for right now. So I'm going to click there. I'm going to show you where to get the information. So when you are in here, you're looking for the job career. So you're just going to put that right here. It's like, say I'm going to be, a kindergarten teacher. What is the average salary? Well, when I look at this, it's right away, right here. There's the median salary of whatever field I'm going into. So that's what I would put down there. The job postings. So I'm going to click on live job postings for this. And right now there's only one. Sometimes there's going to be a whole slew of them. And I can change my, let's say I wanted to expand it a little bit further. And there I have a little bit more results. So I would just maybe take the top 1 or 2. I'm not going to write down every single job posting there. So just like 1 or 2. And then the qualifications are going to be, if I go here, if I go to about, here's my daily tasks, I can see a lot more. Here's the education level. It looks like I need minimum an associate degree, more than likely a bachelor's degree. And then here are some skills. So this is what the qualifications are really looking for. So I plug in a degree, and then I might pick a couple skills from this list of things that I might need to know. And there's technical skills, and then there's your non-technical or your soft skills. So I would just pull a few out. I'm not going to type in every single thing. All right, and that fills out that part right there. And then when you're done, you'll hit check and you'll move on to, and it'll pop up career choice number 2. All right, so that's where you're going to go for this information. Then once you have this all completed, you're ready to respond to your prompt. So let's go to the discussion forum, and you can see it says, let's scroll down here. Here we go. It gives you an opportunity to discuss your degree and majors and the careers associated with them. So discuss your findings from the assignment, which degree or majors you chose and what you found interesting or what surprised you. So for instance, be like, oh, I looked into physical therapy and occupational therapy. Here's what was new or surprising or interesting. Or maybe you can be like, I already knew this information. Whatever you found, that's what you're going to plug in here. Tell me what 2 fields you looked into and what did you find that was new or helpful or interesting or surprising about that. So this is the main thing you're responding to right here, but you have to do that other assignment, the one that we just got done talking about first, because that's going to inform how you respond to this. Right? So please let me know if you have any questions on how to complete either of those 2 assignments. As always, please make sure you post by Wednesday for your weekly attendance and respond to 2 classmates. And then please make sure you complete this as well to get your attendance points to inform it. I know it will not have like an official if you happen to get it done after the weekly due date, you're still going to get credit, but that's why it has that Wednesday due date to it, because you had to complete it with the forum. All right, I will be back with assignment video part 2 covering just those 2 assignments.